What's up everybody, Tommy Har with The Real Side of Real Estate, and in this page you're going to learn how to invest in real estate from somebody who went from a home inspector at age 22 to a real estate millionaire at age 27, all through the things you're going to learn in this channel here. You're going to learn how to wholesale real estate, you're going to learn how to flip real estate, and you're also going to learn how to build financial freedom and wealth for yourself, all through the BRRRR method. And today we're going to do the third one. We're going to go to a house that we bought about 2 weeks ago. We're going to own it with none of our own money on the back end. So we raised private money, we bought the property, we're in the middle of rehabbing it, and then we're going to refinance and keep this as a rental property. In the beginning of this video, you're going to see us walking out of our office building that we actually just bought last week. We'll have another video on that in the future, but as you can see, this office is still in the works. It's still changing, but huge 33 unit office building that we bought for 1.67 mil. So make sure you like and subscribe to this page if you want to see all of those things we just talked about. Let's get in the car, let's go to the property, and let's get you guys some game. So we got this unit. I don't know if this is unlocked. We got this unit, 2 of 33 units. This will be for the Real Side of Real Estate community. Got our marketing team, all that stuff. This is coming soon. We still need to turn this unit. And as we walk through the hallways, like I said, we're gonna have a full breakdown video on this whole entire thing. Some of our future exit strategies, the cash flow, how we purchased it, all that stuff. But like I said, 33 units, A-class area of Columbus, Ohio, 4 minutes from my house, 1 minute from my gym. That is called lifestyle by design, everybody. We're very corporate now. Got the corporate building. Oh, it's raining.
When did that happen?
I don't know. I suppose it was supposed to light rain earlier. But we're in Upper Arlington, Columbus, Ohio, and you can see if Rob pans to the back, big old building, 30,000 square foot. But we're in the rain. Gotta get in the car, let's get it. All right, we are, goddamn, 27 minutes away from this property. But this is in Whitehall, Ohio. We bought this house from a wholesaler. So once again, a wholesaler is somebody that finds the deal, puts a fee on top of it. So they find the seller, they negotiate the deal, and then they up fee the person, the buyer on the inside, on the backside. So this person had it locked up for $95,000, sold it to us for $115,000. So we bought this house cash, $115,000, and he did all the negotiating. He worked the entire deal. And we found this wholesaler actually through networking. Somebody in my community, his name is Sid. He lives down in Atlanta, Georgia. He has a friend who they're in another mastermind with, and said, he lives in Colorado. He said, hey, who do you know that buys in Columbus, Ohio? He put me in contact with his friend. Next thing you know, my company, my family company did the home inspection because he didn't have any pictures of it. So I said, hey, I'll get you an inspection. I'll do it for free if I buy it. And if not, I'll give you it for free just so we can build the relationship. Just give me first stab at the deal. So being able to cultivate those relationships and negotiate just by doing that, he's like, oh wow, I didn't have any boots on the ground. Being able to give people this is really important. So we walked the house. We got the deal done at $115,000. And we're gonna walk the house and I'm gonna show you guys what the rehab is. The ARV on the house is $230,000. Now we bought this house with a private money loan, so $115,000 cash. We're paying our private money lender 12% interest on this deal. So as time goes on every day, we accrue interest. So when we walk the house, I'll show you the renovation, and then we're gonna take you step by step through the exit strategy of the BRRRR method. So renting it out, refinancing it, and taking you through some of those numbers. We'll see you guys in about 25 minutes. It's gonna be a long car drive, let's get it. All right, we are in Whitehall, Ohio. This is a first-time home buyer area. Historically, was never really the greatest, but it's actually turned into a pretty decent neighborhood. But great rental. First-time home buyer, I'm talking like low twos as your price point. We got workers here. That's always a good sign on a Monday. But basic house, 3-bed, 1-bath. We got a 1-car garage. Ugly on the outside, but not for long. It's raining outside, so what we'll do is we'll go straight inside and we'll kind of just go right through it. I think Hector's on this, so one of my best contractors, been with us for a while. He's on this deal. These people are always scared of cameras, but we're just gonna do our thing. Let's do it. So we got clean job site. House is cleaned up. We started work about 2 weeks ago on this house. This house is built in the 50s or 60s, so we got old aluminum siding. But the things you want to look for are what's been updated. So the old seller updated the windows. This was a foreclosure situation, so the guy found the deal because the seller was going through foreclosure, and that's why they got it for such a good deal, and it was beat up. So the first time I walked this house, it had fleas, it was nasty, and we take on that problem. So we're the problem solver. Money will solve that problem for speed, all that stuff. Let's see, I hear my guys in there, but they always lock the doors. New front door. So if you guys have my deal analyzer, this will be a 6-panel steel door with frame, so it comes in this frame. In these areas, just look at your comps. You don't have to do the nice doors with the glass, just something for safety. The music playing, you already know what's going down. So we got our drywall punch going in right now. So this is us mudding up the walls to make sure that everything is getting smooth, prepping for paint. Hey, hey. How are you? Nice to see you. So we already laid our floors. So we went LVP throughout the entire house. A 3-bed, 1-bath, about 900 square foot. LVP, paper on your floors. Really, really important because you see all this stuff. You got tools, you got everything. You got our cabinets sitting here, and they're gonna come and they're gonna start sliding these over to put in the cabinets. And if you don't have your floors covered, you're gonna have scratches on them, you're gonna get damaged. So make sure you do that. Very, very important. So we laid LVP. We have to still do quarter round after we paint, caulk that in. But this is looking good. Hey, hey. So in here, this was already existing, this tub surround. And for a rental property or even for a flip in this price point, we kept it. So you don't always have to be replacing everything. You got to learn what to keep and what to replace. So this surrounds and the tub, I mean, that combo right there is like 800 bucks. So we kept it. This drywall needed patched, boom, replace it. So we're in here basically doing drywall, making sure everything's getting buttoned up. But like I said, 3-bed, 1-bath. There used to be a door right here into the breezeway to the garage. So we don't want to have that as your exit to your back of the house. So we framed this up, made this a true bedroom, closet, drywalled it up. We got some broken windows. I mean, this place was lived in roughly. A lot of these houses, they're not really beat up, but people just live really rough in them. We're gonna keep our existing trim, but we gotta maybe replace some stuff, mud some stuff up. But as you can see, we got all of our materials on site. We got our paint. So we always use the same paint color. We always use Greek Villa on the walls. We always use satin or semi-gloss on the trim and doors and flat white on the ceilings throughout all of our projects, because if I have a leftover 5-gallon or half of it, I can go take it to my next project and not have to be juggling colors. So I'm gonna take you guys through the kitchen and the basement and talk about some of these numbers. Kitchen will just be a nice little L kitchen here. Basic, cheap, but not overly cheap. When I say cheap, I'm not talking about like ratty stuff. I'm just saying we're not spending as much money. It's less materials. Down to our basement. They haven't really demoed this out all the way. What we do in scenarios like this, where you can tell like the furring strips gets a little bit wet over time, we're gonna fix the grading, we're gonna fix the gutters, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take all this stuff off the floors and we're just gonna paint. So we're gonna paint the floors, we're gonna paint the walls, we're gonna drop these 1-bys that had the drop ceilings on them, and we're just gonna paint everything black. So black ceilings, white walls, gray floors. We even throw some speckles in. If you watch our other videos, we get speckles from Amazon, and that'll be all speckled up. And people can use this space however they want. So as a rental property, they can use this for storage. They can use it for even maybe another bedroom. A lot of times they'll use it as a bedroom, but I don't want to spend the extra money to frame it out, do all that stuff, because this doesn't have a drainage system. It doesn't get wet, but it could if over time you don't take care of your gutters and you don't upkeep with your property. So it's got a sump pump here. I don't think this is a drainage system. So that's a good point. I guess not to go too far into construction here, but I guess this is why you guys follow this channel. Somebody would look at this and be like, hey, this is a sump pump system. This is a French drain. No, this is a reactive system. So there's no drains coming in, would be a French drain. There's no drain. So if this basement flooded, it would naturally come into here and shoot it up and out, but it's not taking it from the outside in. It's reacting to what would happen. What else we got here? The electrical panel is already updated. That was a big plus. So 200 amp panel, bigger than what this house needs, but that's great. We've got our high efficient furnace. If your furnace has a PVC pipe coming out of the top, this is gonna be your exhaust, and that goes out the side of the house instead of through a chimney. This is a high efficient furnace. It's very nice. It's a Goodman. And then we have our water heater, which is also updated. This is a 2018, so the serial number is 1821, so this is 6 years old. That's great. Our plumbing stack looks okay. Like I said, this will all get demoed out, painted. I don't know why this is still standing, but we'll take all this stuff out. It'll just be open, painted, clean, and ready to rock. So to kind of tie everything in, let's go upstairs. What you want to do in scenarios like this, so like I said, we bought it for 115 grand. ARV is 230,000. Our rehab costs for all the stuff we just talked about, fixing some windows, we're actually going to patch the siding, this aluminum, we're going to paint it. You want to do the rehab as if you were going to sell it for that 230 as well, because you want to have that multiple exit. So if we maybe spend too much on rehab, we still need to be able to sell it. So you want to be thinking about that when you're looking at these properties, and that's why I like multiple exit strategy properties like this one. But our budget for this house is $40,000. And what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to drop my scope of work down in the show notes. And while you're doing that, make sure you just hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because we're giving you really good free information, and that's what you guys are subscribing for. So we're at 115. We're putting $40,000 into the rehab. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my calculator out for you guys. So that's 155. So 155,000. This is our private money loan. So I got a purchase and rehab private money loan right away at, I think we're paying 13% on this. So times 0.13. So for the full year, if we held this property, is $20,150. But if you guys have followed me and you guys have watched this channel, you know that private money is paid on a per diem basis, meaning a per day. So I'm gonna divide that by 365. So every day that passes, I'm paying $55.21. Meaning, so they're working today, I'm paying 50, so basically imagine an imaginary piggy bank. Every day you're putting money into that. So let's assume that I bought this house about a month ago, and we spend 2 months on the rehab and another month for the refinance. So that's what, 4 months, 120 days. So I'm gonna take $55.21 times 4 months, or no, not 4 months, 120 days equals $6,625.20. What that right there is the interest that you're paying your lender. So I'm gonna add that to my 155. So I'm all in to my lender, 161,625.20. That's gonna be my payoff. So when I go to the bank and I say, hey bank, I wanna refinance this house, we can walk around so you guys can see this house a little more. And it's actually getting sunny, which is nice. The bank is gonna be like, hey, they're gonna pull title. So the title company is gonna pull their search. The bank is gonna go, hey, I wanna clear all the liens, meaning that the bank needs to take a first lien position. So if you're watching this video and you have a mortgage on your house, that bank has first lien or first right of refusal on this house. Do you need to go in the shade? So they have the first right of refusal, meaning if you don't pay them, they can take the house back. Same thing with a private money lender. So we're finished up the rehab. Let's assume that inside is all beautiful. The outside here is painted, the windows fixed up. We have no boards on our windows down here. We take it and we put it on the market. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this house on Zillow. We're gonna post it on Zillow. We're gonna put it on Buildium, which is our rental management software. And if you're watching this and you want a rental management software, I highly recommend apartments.com. And what that is gonna do, it's gonna syndicate out to a bunch of other places, realtor.com, Trulia, Zumper, HotPads, all of those places that people are going to look for rentals. And then we're also gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace. So all this visibility, once again, it's marketing the property. We're gonna put it up for $1,800 a month. So now that's a great price for this house. It's got a garage, it's got extra parking, it's a corner lot. This house is actually gonna be pretty nice when it's done. So we put it up for $1,800, and let's assume that I get the $1,800. Let's go in here because we haven't even showed this yet. So we got a little breezeway that we hangout spot, man cave, whatever somebody wants to use here. But like I said, you could see this here. But I don't want to get too off track. $1,800 a month. So I get that for rent. So I put a long-term tenant in here. They start paying rent to me. Then I go to the bank. And if you guys want a bank recommendation, just shoot me a DM. I also give all these recommendations personally introed to people in my community. So you get my personal recommendations. So we take it to the bank and we say, hey bank, this property is now income producing. So this house is cash flowing. So they're gonna come, they're gonna send an appraiser out, and they're gonna say, what is the value of the house? So they're gonna say the house is worth $230,000, I think. So $230,000, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you a percentage of that value in the form of a loan. It's called loan to value, LTV, you're gonna be hearing a lot in the rental world. Basically what that means is what is the value and what are they gonna make you keep in equity in that property? So they're gonna make me keep 25% equity in the house. So if I went and bought this house as turnkey at $230,000, I would have to put 25% down, okay? Just get that through your head. So $230,000 times 0.75, so 75% LTV, meaning I keep 25% equity in this deal. They're gonna give me a loan for $172,500, okay? So this is your 30-year bank loan from this bank. No matter what bank it is, if it's DSCR, community lender, conventional, this is the golden ticket. This is your North Star. So remember, I owe my private money lender, what was it, 162,500, let's call it. So now I have $10,000 of space in the positive from the new loan to my old loan. Now, I haven't talked about closing costs on the front end, which we paid. We're gonna pay points to our lender. We're also gonna pay a few other things. Let's say we pay another $10,000 to this, that, and the other. So the $10,000 evaporates, which it probably will. So we'll rate and term refinance, and now I'm gonna own this house with none of my own cash in it. The bank pays off my private money lender, so they take the lien. So essentially what it does is, my lender has a 1-year loan on it, they're putting a 30-year loan. So this loan comes in, washes away the other one, and now the long-term one is in place, and that's what I'm servicing every month and paying out to my lender, right? So it's really important to understand that that's what it is. And now if I had more, let's say that I'm all in 162, if I'm on 162 on this house, got a nice garage here. If I'm all in 162 and the property appraises for 250, I might be able to cash out a little bit on that deal, but I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But one more thing. So now you gotta figure out what your payment is gonna be on this. So now you gotta figure out what's market interest rates, what kind of banks are paying different stuff. So what I do, and maybe we can pop this even up on the screen for you guys. So I'm gonna Google PITI calculator. You want me to screen record this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Then start all over. Then you just send it to me and I'll probably throw it up.
All right, so we're rolling. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to PITI calculator, and the first one you wanna go to is bankrate.com. This is your mortgage calculator. This is gonna be your best friend when it comes to this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this 2 ways. So $230,000, actually I don't even need to show you guys because you're gonna see it on the screen. So $230,000, let's say I have to put 25% down. So you're baking in a $57,500 down payment. So that's gonna be your equity in this house, right? So, but instead, what was it, 172.5? Yeah, I think that was what it was. 172,500, if I can type, is my loan. I'm putting a $0 down payment. Why is it doing that? Home price, there we go. My interest rate right now, this is middle of October 2024. I'm gonna say as a DSCR loan, I'm gonna get a 7.25 with a 700 plus credit score. So let's go 7.25, and I'm gonna update. So my payment, but that you gotta also know your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. So I know homeowner's insurance for me, $75 a month when it's occupied. In this house right here, the taxes are $2,000 a month. If you wanna figure out your taxes on your house, go to your auditor. The auditor is gonna public record all of that information. This is $150 or so a month. So my payment on this house, let's update here, $1,401.75. Now that's gonna fluctuate a little bit, but let's call it 1,400 bucks. So now I've got a $1,400 monthly payment. I'm bringing in $1,800 a month in rent. I self-manage my properties, and guess what? You just fully updated this house. The roof is good, the siding is good, the windows are good, the furnace is good, the water heater's good, the electric good. There should be no big ticket items for at least another 10 years. So now it's up to you to find a good tenant to make sure they don't beat your investment to shit, right? So that's a really, really important part that not a lot of people talk about, but the CapEx should be a little lower. You still gotta put away about 5% for repairs, 10% for vacancies. There are gonna be things that happen, but pre-expense cash flow is $400 a month. So let's say we chop it in half. We get $200 a month in cash flow. I'm still screen recording, I think. Let's see. Now I'm gonna screen record again. So I'm gonna do another quick screen record. I'm gonna show you guys this calculation. So remember, I have $0 of my own in this deal as a down payment, whereas it'd be $55,700 or $57,500 if I would have put 25% down. So $200 times 12, that's my yearly cash flow. So $2,400 of cash flow from this house here, divided by $0, because that's my down payment. It's an error because it's infinite. I don't have any money in this deal. That's the coolest thing about real estate is if you do these deals right, I'm making cash on cash that went back to somebody else. So if you do these deals right, you can literally infinite cash return until you start paying repairs and you have turns and you keep spreadsheets of that. And over time, also rent's gonna go up and you can also restructure debt and refinances. So that right there is the Burr method in kind of a sum. So at the end of the day, purchase for 115, rehab 40, I'm all in 155. Let's say another 10 for expenses, it's worth 230. Same thing, I can sell that house for 230 if I don't get the rent that I'm thinking I'm gonna get, and I can make 40 grand. It's an amazing strategy. It's life-changing. This is the best way to buy rental properties and what me and my business do on a month-to-month basis. We have about 130 units now in Columbus, Ohio. So if you guys wanna learn this stuff and you wanna learn more in detail on the real side of real estate, hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next one. Let's get it.